and I will hand over to you. Is that okay? Good. Okay, I'll start. Vâng, và chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu với buổi chiều ngày hôm nay với buổi workshop đầu tiên. Đó chính là buổi workshop với chủ đề Novel Engineering với sự hướng dẫn của thầy David Schwartz Manchester. Chúng ta sẽ được chia thành các phòng Zoom nhỏ hơn. Thầy David là người đồng sáng lập Khanma, một doanh nghiệp xã hội có trụ sở tại Kathmandu, chuyên thiết kế các trải nghiệm học tập cho các thanh thiếu niên tiểu học và trung học cơ sở. Hiện tại, anh đang học tiến sĩ năm thứ 2 và làm việc tại Trung tâm Giáo dục Kỹ thuật và Tiếp cận Cộng đồng, nơi anh tập trung các thực nghiệm, ứng dụng mô hình Lego, xây dựng các dự án dành cho cộng đồng và khám phá công nghệ mới. Hướng nghiên cứu của anh là tập trung vào nhận thức luận trong giáo dục STEM, sự tương giao giữa hoạt động vui chơi và kể chuyện, chế tạo, kỹ thuật, đồng thời tìm hiểu phương pháp ứng dụng hoạt động này cho việc giảng dạy và tiếp thu các môn khoa học STEM. Ok, và bây giờ chúng ta sẽ đến ngay với phần workshop đầu tiên của anh. I'll hand over to you, Dipesh, to start the workshop today.
Thank you. So today, Chao and Richard will be helping me facilitate the session. And so basically, what we'll be doing today is we'll read a story, and then we'll identify problems in the story, and then we'll come up with solutions, and then we'll build the solutions, and we'll share the solutions. So that's basically the plan. So before we get into that, I wanted everyone to sort of maybe play a guessing game. So what I'll do next is I'll share some pictures or GIFs of some things, then maybe anyone can let's unmute themselves and then shout out what the pictures might represent, or if you feel comfortable typing it on the chat, you can also type it in the chat. Okay, so here's the first picture. So when you look at this, what do you think, what comes to your mind when you look at this? You can feel free to unmute yourselves. What do you see? Maybe what's happening? Or you can type it on chat as well.
Playful. It's very playful.
Okay.
Is it a Lego story? Okay, I'll tie it down here.
So yeah. So Han mentioned play. So anything else when you look at this? So maybe there's some responses in the chat. I'll quickly look at it. Movement, someone said. Cute. Yeah, it's just so cute. Anything else when you look at this? Or maybe what's it made of? Or if you were to make something similar, what you have made. Okay, Lego. Yeah, definitely. It's being I used Lego pieces in that. Animals. Okay, so you can also see a theme of animals, maybe, or a combination of mechanical movements and toys. Okay, so thank you for that. Okay, so basically my research right now involves playful ideas, and since my research is being funded by the Lego Foundation, I get to play with Lego a lot. Okay, so let's do the same thing. I'll show you another set of pictures, and please participate. Please share whatever your thoughts are. Okay, so here's the second picture. So again, what do you see? What it might represent?
Is that Batman? No.
Okay, Batman. Yeah. With maybe yeah. Anything else? Feel free to, yeah. Paper toys. Yeah. So everything's made of paper, maybe. Anything else? Magic. So someone mentioned magic. So definitely the picture on the right, origami. Yeah. Origami, trick die. Okay. So it's a combination of so it uses the idea of persistent vision to sort of give you a sense of animation. Okay, And another thing, if you look at it, is like everything that's made there was made using like sticky notes. So all the 5 pictures like were made using like paper and sticky notes. So that's all. Okay. And so today we'll be making something using very simple materials. Okay. So that's basically it. And maybe one more picture. Okay. So what about now? Like, what do you think like the picture represents? Or maybe someone recognizes the character.
Is that Cookie Monster?
Yeah. So there's a cookie, and then maybe the Cookie Monster is hungry. Okay. Yeah. Pac-Man. That reminded someone of Pac-Man. Maybe one more response, then we can like get started again.
Cookie Monster during quarantine.
Okay. Right. Thanks everyone for your responses. So basically, like my research right now is like revolves around play, storytelling, making, and engineering, and then like how these ideas are connected to learning. Okay. Yeah. So moving forward, like so since this is the first session we're doing it together, like I want you to like be playful. Okay. So be playful, and like if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Okay. So those are the only 2 things that I want you to keep in mind. Okay. Okay. So the first thing we'll do is like if you look at the picture on the right, so you also saw something similar in the slides ahead. So it uses very simple materials. Okay. So if you, I think like if you just look at this, you can get a sense of like how you can make it. Okay. So maybe in 10 minutes, let's try to maybe collect some materials and try to make this. And then as you make it, I'll also be sharing the participant slides. So if you go to the participant slides, there are different sections about like what we'll be doing. So if you go to the making activity, which is the first activity, here are some examples of what other participants in other sessions have done. So similar to how you updated the bio and the pictures here. So something similar to this, you can also like add your picture of what do we make. Okay. So I'll share, or maybe Chao can share the link with everyone here. And then let's take like 10 minutes to build this. So this is called a thaumatrope. Let's try to make it. Let me share this with everyone. And like I mentioned, like be playful. Don't worry about like not completing it. Just like have fun with it. And if you have any questions, just like feel free to interrupt me and ask questions. And like you can also type it on the chat. And if you are comfortable speaking Vietnamese, then maybe like someone else can translate it for me. Okay. Yeah. And if possible, like maybe you can turn on your videos and then like so whatever you're making. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Someone made a really simple. Yeah. So maybe once you're done, maybe also give me a thumbs up, and then I can. Right. So if you have made something already, then maybe try to modify it a bit to maybe add maybe like a story or something to that. Okay. So if you're using maybe a pencil, then maybe try to color it or try to make it look more exciting. And take a picture and upload it in the slides I just shared. Okay.
Và bây giờ chúng ta sẽ dành 10 phút để chúng ta làm một cái Thementrop, là cái mà thầy đã cho chúng ta coi. Các anh chị chúng ta có thể làm theo trí tưởng tượng của mình, một cái câu chuyện hay là một cái gì đó mà mình thấy là ấn tượng và thú vị. Chúng ta sau đó chúng ta có thể tô màu thêm hoặc là trang trí thêm và chụp hình lại rồi up lên slide để mọi người có thể cùng chiêm ngưỡng. Nếu mà các anh chị chúng ta có câu hỏi nào, các anh chị có thể nhắn bằng tiếng Việt hoặc tiếng Anh đều được vào khung chat, vào group, để cho ban tổ chức và thầy chúng ta có thể trả lời. Cũng sẽ được giới thiệu ở đây là sẽ có bạn Minh Châu cũng sẽ là một TA trợ giảng hỗ trợ trong chương trình của chúng ta ngày hôm nay. Thì sẽ có Châu với lại Khôi sẽ hỗ trợ các bạn, các anh chị trong cái buổi ngày hôm nay. Nếu mà có câu hỏi gì thì các anh chị, các bạn chúng ta có thể hỏi.
So maybe let's take like 6 more minutes to try to complete it. And if there's confusion, like you can just like look at this picture, and then like if you look at it carefully, like there are only 2 frames. One is of a fish, the other is of a fishbowl. And once you rotate it, it sort of like gives you a sense of animation. Okay, so let's try to make something like really simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. And once you complete it, like you can take pictures and post it on here. So I can see like some participants are already here. Just add in a name and then maybe take a picture like this, or you can also take like maybe a GIF animation and put it there. Okay. Okay. So someone asked so we're trying to keep things playful. We're trying to make something, and like the easiest way to make this is to cut out 2 pictures. And if you go to the participant slides, there's also like a link to the instructions of how you can do it. So if you go here, it will provide you like a stepwise instruction of how you can make it. So you need these materials, and then like you can cut it out and then make something that moves. Okay, so I can share the link on the chat again. Okay, yeah. So if someone's struggling, then you can always like look at the instructions. It's pretty simple. Like it shouldn't be much.
Allow me to explain to him in Vietnamese.
Please.
Dạ bạn Đức ơi, thì mình sẽ mình sẽ làm một cái câu chuyện á, thì còn cái câu chuyện về con cá với cái bể thì là ở bên đây có cái bể, và ở bên kia thì sẽ có con cá. Khi mà mình lật nhanh nhiều lần thì sẽ có cảm giác như con cá nó ở trong bể vậy đó. Mình mạnh dạn đoán gì. Nói chung là mình cứ tự do mình sáng tạo hết mức với lại tất cả cái material và cái sự sáng tạo của mình. Vậy thôi, mình cứ chơi vui là được. Bạn còn câu hỏi gì không ạ?
Okay, maybe let's try to complete it in 2 minutes. And let's quickly check if people have started posting pictures. Okay. So if you need time, then just like, can you let me know? So today we'll be using this participant slides to like share progress, share our ideas. So even if it takes some extra time, like let's make sure that like we at least post something in here. Okay. So I'll add maybe 5 more minutes. Okay, maybe we can do this like since it's a very large group. I can sense that like maybe some of us are not comfortable working in a large group. So let's do this. Let's maybe divide ourselves into like smaller groups, and then like we can feel free to unmute and talk with ourselves as we make the things. Okay. So Han, can you maybe open the breakout rooms? Thanks.
Yes, I'll do it right now.
And maybe after 5 minutes you can come back.
Rồi bây giờ thì mình sẽ chia các bạn ra làm từng cái breakout room nhỏ để mà dễ facilitate cái discussions này ha. Thì Châu và Thiên Khôi sẽ phụ trách hỗ trợ các bạn. Rồi nếu như các bạn có câu hỏi nào thì cứ inbox vào chương trình nhé.
So Joe, maybe like you can hop between rooms. Yeah. Okay. I'll also join some of the rooms.
Rồi còn các bạn chưa có join á, thì các bạn có thể join vào từng breakout room nhỏ, thì thầy sẽ đi vào từng group để thầy hỗ trợ discussion cho các bạn nha. Rồi mình có thấy bạn Thục Anh và bạn Thúy Diệu, bạn Thục Anh và bạn Thúy Diệu có ở đây không ạ? Có bạn Đinh Xuân Anh nữa. Có thể là chút xíu nữa khi mà các bạn quay lại thì mình có thể là phổ biến cái luật cho chương trình, luật chương trình lại cho các bạn nha. Bạn Đinh Xuân Anh ơi, group của bạn là nhóm 1. Sorry, group của bạn là nhóm 5 phòng 5 á. Bạn Đinh Xuân Anh có ở đây không ạ? Rồi bạn Thảo Minh có ở đây không ạ? Rồi khi nào mà mình sẽ để cái phần tin nhắn trong chat box, thì khi nào các bạn quay lại thì các bạn có thể phản hồi với mình nha. Còn mấy bạn mà trong ban tổ chức á, nếu như mà mấy bạn thích mấy bạn muốn tham gia thì các bạn cũng có thể là chụp hình rồi sau đó là post trên thường Zoom nha. Em thấy anh Phú là có post lên rồi đó. Thank you anh Phú nhiều.
Why not?
Trời ơi, dễ thương quá. Rồi. Okay, do you want to close the room in a minute? Let me know when it's ready. No? Okay.
Sure. So I do see some pictures. Like I think most of them have made something, so that's good.
Really?
So, some more. Close the rooms now.
Okay, I can close the room now. 1, 2, 3.
And the fish, I got my first product in 5 minutes.
Nice.
This is a small heart and it's a bigger heart. So it means like it's pumping, basically.
Nice.
Very basic, but it's going to come up in 5 minutes. So I'm very happy with my product anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So is everyone back?
My Ash make this.
Nice.
I have no idea what he do.
Chị show lại đây chị. Chị làm gì show mọi người gì? Cái gì ạ? Chị để vô trước mặt á, nó mới thấy được, nó bị che mất rồi.
Chồng chị nó làm cái này nè.
Mà cười hả? Mà cười hả?
Mà cười rồi quay quay.
Vậy là về nhà hỏi vợ là hôm nay nuôi cảm kêu liền nào là cứ quay thôi đúng không? Quay ra thì hên cái đó đúng không?
Ừ. Không hay mặt cười hết chứ không có mặt buồn mặt cười.
So I think everyone is back and like
wow.
I'm like pleased that like a lot of you have like posted pictures like bunny and a carrot. I know this is like really cute. Nice. And some of us have also like posted videos of like how it might work, and it's like really creative because like in the example there's like a stick, but like you used like a pen that's like lying around. There's a couple of things that all the people have made. Okay. Changing expression. Let's quickly look at some of the pictures. Okay, so maybe someone has made something that like they are maybe currently studying or they're interested in. Okay. It's like happy and sad. Okay, so maybe this one is still in progress, or oh, this is also really nice, like a leaf and a caterpillar. Really nice, innovative ideas. Butterfly. Okay, so this is also like a really innovative use of like it doesn't have to be a circle, it can be like different shapes. That's also really good. And there's a cute cat as well. Okay, so whenever you have time, like you don't have to complete it now. Like if you want to work on it, you can work on it later and do it. Maybe one thing we can do is like since everyone has at least made something, maybe it might be a good idea to maybe take like a group picture or something. So maybe we can show it in front and hopefully like and we can, yeah, and then someone can take a screenshot. Okay.
Em
So
unpin chị cái nhé. Unpin. I'll just remove you from pin just to make sure that we can see everyone. Sao em không unpin được anh nhỉ?
Rồi, các
Chị
bạn cho
chị
Mai tổ chức
unpin
chụp
anh giúp
hình
em được
nha.
không? Được. Ok. Ok.
Rồi, các bạn cho Mai tổ chức chụp hình nha. Rồi.
Yeah.
Rồi Phụng chụp chưa Phụng? Phương Trinh. 1, 2, 3. Rồi.
Ok. Hết được.
Right. So let's move along to the session. Okay, right. So the next thing we'll do is like we'll read a story, and I'll share like a narration of the story. Okay, right. So let me share the sound to my screen. Okay. So here's a story. Let's all listen to the story.
Muncha, 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 written by Candace Fleming, illustrated by G. Brian Karras, and read by Auntie Lee. For years, Mr. McGreely dreamed of planting a garden. He dreamed of getting his hands dirty, of growing yummy vegetables, and of gobbling them all up. But he never once tried it until, "This spring," said Mr. McGreely, "this spring, by golly, I'm going to plant a garden." So he hoed and he sowed and he watched his garden grow. Lettuce, carrots, peas, tomatoes. "Yum, yum, yummy," said Mr. McGreely. "I'll soon fill my tummy with crisp, fresh veggies." But one night, when the sun went down and the moon came up, 3 hungry bunnies appeared. Tippy, 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 pat. Muncha, muncha, muncha. The next morning, when Mr. McGreely saw his gnawed sprouts, he was angry. So he built a small wire fence all around his vegetable garden. "There," he declared, "no bunny can get into my garden now." And the sun went down, and the moon came up, and tippy, 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 pat. Spring hurdle, dash, dash, dash. Muncha, muncha, muncha. The next morning, when Mr. McGreely saw his nibbled leaves and gnawed sprouts, he was really angry. So he built a tall wooden wall behind the small wire fence all around his vegetable garden. "Humph," he huffed, "those flop ears will never get over it. No bunny can get into my garden now." And the sun went down, and the moon came up, and tippy, 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 pat. Dig, scrabble, scratch, scratch, scratch. Spring hurdle, dash, dash, dash. Muncha, muncha, muncha. The next morning, when Mr. McGreely saw his chewed stems, his nibbled leaves, and his gnawed sprouts, he was really, really angry. So he made a deep, wet trench outside the tall wooden wall, behind the small wire fence, all around his vegetable garden. "Ha!" he snorted. "Those pufftails can't get under it. They can't get over it. No bunny can get into my garden now." And the sun went down, and the moon came up, and tippy, 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 pat. Dive, paddle, splash, splash, splash. Dig, scrabble, scratch, scratch, scratch. Spring, hurdle, dash, dash, dash. Muncha, muncha, muncha. The next morning, when Mr. McGreely saw his chomped blossoms, his chewed stems, his nibbled leaves, and his gnawed sprouts, he was furious. So he hammered and blocked, sawed and stalked, drilled and filled and trapped and locked, and he built a huge, enormous thing before the deep, wet trench, outside the tall wooden wall, behind the small wire fence, all around his vegetable garden. "I've outsmarted those twitch whiskers for sure," he exclaimed. "They can't get through it, they can't get under it, and they can't get over it. No bunny, no way, no how can get into my vegetable garden now." And the sun went down, and the moon came up, and tippy, 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 stop! The 3 hungry bunnies looked and smelled and touched the huge, enormous thing before them, and tippy, 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 pat. The bunnies hopped away. The next morning, when Mr. McGreely saw his untouched vegetables, he was happy. I beat the bunnies, he whooped and did a jiggly-wiggly victory dance. Then he climbed over, jumped across, squeezed between, and crawled under until he reached his vegetable garden. Ah, sighed Mr. McGreely, at last. Smacking his lips, he picked and pulled up lettuce, carrots, peas, tomatoes, and with his basket overflowing, he reached inside for something yummy. Muncha, muncha, muncha.
Okay, so that was the story, and hopefully you enjoyed reading it. So next what we'll do is if you go to the participant slides again. So the way we've structured it is like to be easy for everyone to follow. So if you go to the participant slide, we're now at the second section. We skipped the first one, okay? So it's called an empathy map. So starting slide 31, we'll again go into breakout rooms and we'll try to fill out the empathy map. So as an example, so what you need to do is like you need to select a character from the story, for example, bunnies, and then like fill out what they say, what they do, what they think, and what they feel. Okay, so we'll be filling out the empathy maps. Okay, and if you want to look at the story again as you discuss it, I'll share the link to both the video as well as the PDF. Okay, so let me quickly share the links to the videos and PDF, and then you can go to the breakout rooms again. Right. So we'll get back into the same breakout rooms again. We're going to start the breakout rooms now.
Hey, Dipesh, have you shared the PDF file yet?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so double check on that.
Rồi các bạn chưa có vào phòng breakout room đó, thì ban tổ chức có chia các bạn ra thành cái phòng nhỏ, thì các bạn có thể là theo cái đường link, theo cái lời mời, rồi các bạn sẽ vào phòng breakout room để mình thảo luận ha, rồi với lại mình làm bài tập, mình complete cái empathy assignments.
Thấy Xuân Anh Ninh nãy giờ em nhắn không có được.
Không sao, không sao.
Hình như hồi sáng là bạn không có tham gia hay sao đó chị?
Không sao, không sao. Mình cũng còn nhiều, để chỉ move một số bạn qua các phòng khác. Tại vì có một số phòng thì hơi nhiều hơn, thì mình chỉ cần mình move, mình change tiếp vô cái room khác là ok. Nhóm này có 2 người.
Chị Hạnh ơi, cái gì chị chuyển cho em làm co-host với để em đi từng phòng em điểm danh mấy bạn.
Ok. Trinh có muốn không? Trinh có muốn vô check với mấy bạn không?
Dạ ok luôn.
Ok. Rồi hai em John nha, rồi thí dụ như mà phòng nào có Khôi hay là có Châu rồi thì mình khỏi hỗ trợ, còn phòng nào thì mấy bạn chỉ cần là explain cái instructions lại là được. Rồi good luck. Phòng 5 chưa có ai nè. Phòng 6 thì các bạn cứ hốt vòng vòng rồi coi các bạn có thể coi là cái tình hình mà thảo luận của các bạn như thế nào rồi. Rồi có gì là mình sẽ giống như là facilitate cái discussion.
Is everything going well? So
So far so good. Group 6 was a little quiet, and yeah, and they kind of like they divided the work into 4 sessions for each of the member, and they wouldn't even communicate. I was kind of the air was cold, man, but I decided to let them teamwork in their own ways. So yeah.
yeah, that's fine. So room 2 is like really quiet. Like I spent like 2 minutes there and like kept
Yeah.
asking questions, but like no one responded.
Yeah, I don't know if they were shy or they're just too caught up with their work. I don't know. But I think I'm gonna get into another room to just check them out.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Maybe like, can you also go to room 2 and then like make sure that like people are talking?
That was Richard's territory. So can I go there?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna give it a try.
Just for this time. Yeah. It's fine.
How was the progress? I was joining one of these groups and seems like they are like proactively engaging, and they're like, okay, what should we do? And then all that down. And then yeah, they're doing pretty well. So in the other rooms that so I also asked the other volunteers, they asked if they can help out. So I asked them like if you want, you can also jump in the other groups in order to facilitate the discussions.
Yeah. And that will be helpful. I think like besides
But
group
it's up to
I think group 2 is really quiet. Like besides group 2, like other groups are doing really well.
So we have Joe is there. Yeah.
Yeah,
and-
I asked her to go there.
Okay. So let me know when you want to close the breakout rooms. And so Joe will be facilitating the discussion from group 1 to group 4. And Richard will be doing from the remaining 3 groups.
So maybe it might be since like it's 6 groups, maybe we can do a whole group sharing. Yeah, that might make sense.
Okay.
Or we can wait for the sharing so we can continue working and maybe do a whole group sharing towards the end.
Yeah, it's up to you. It's entirely up to you. Depending on how you feel comfortable, if you want, then we can reconvene to the main sessions and we can share the findings among the group.
Yep. Okay, sounds good.
Okay, let me know when you want to close the breakout rooms and then I'll do it. Hi Joe. Thank you em
Hi
so
chị.
much. Doing great.
Ôi.
Mấy bạn
Hình như dạ, hình như là phòng số 5 có một bạn tên là Xuân Anh, bạn chưa có vô đây nè.
Tại vì bạn đó nói là bạn đó có việc bận á, cho nên là chắc là bạn đó để màn hình ở đây rồi sau đó là bạn sẽ attend sau. Nhưng mà cái session của mình có recording, mình có record lại cho nên là để có gì thì bạn có thể là theo dõi sau. Tại vì chị thấy cái phòng 5 cũng có hai bạn mà bây giờ thì mấy bạn đã start cái group work rồi cho nên cũng hơi khó để mà đổi. Tại vì chị có thể là đổi từ bạn này, từ phòng này sang phòng khác, nhưng mà vậy thì cũng hơi khó. Cho nên là
Dạ.
cứ tạm thời mình cứ để đó. Rồi thí dụ như mà các bạn có cần hỗ trợ thì mình có thể là nhiều bạn vô phòng 5 hơn.
Dạ. Mấy phòng sắp đóng rồi.
Ok.
Em có cần vô để thông báo cho
Không,
từng phòng chứ?
nó broadcast nha sẵn hết luôn cho nên em không cần vô thông báo.
Dạ.
Group 1 is on fire. So it's group 5.
Group 4 bàn xôm lắm, kiểu mọi người share screen cái chuyện đó. Dễ thương.
Rồi the floor is yours.
So 10 seconds.
Hạnh ơi, chị hỏi một chút với là
Dạ.
vào nhóm chị vào nhóm 2 mà chưa vào được nhỉ?
Không sao chị, mình có thể là vào sau, tại vì nãy là bây giờ là bắt đầu chuẩn bị đóng lại rồi đó, chắc là như vậy cho nên là mình không có vô được nha. Để phần sau thì có vào. Dạ, ok.
Ok em, ok.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone. So maybe let's take like a minute to look at empathy maps from like other teams. It's like if you are group 1, then maybe look at what others have done. Let's quickly do it. Okay, nice. So it's also interesting, right? So most of the groups have selected the farmer, or like to help the farmer, and group 2 is actually like trying to help the bunnies. So that's also an interesting perspective. Okay. So I think everyone is like doing really well, and usually like in sessions like these, it's quite difficult to like do teamwork in virtual settings, but like I'm glad that everyone is opening up and talking with themselves, and especially like with the encouragement of the TAs like Chao and Richard. I think like they're getting a sense of like a team. So thank you for participating. So now let's move on to the next section. So what we'll do now is like we'll read the story again. So what I liked from one of the groups was that like they were actually looking at the story piece by piece, because like there's a lot more detail if you keep on looking at the pictures as you go along. Like you can see maybe some tools lying around. The bunnies are here. The bunnies maybe are like wearing different clothes. So it's small details you can notice as you look at the PDF instead of just like looking at the video. So this time maybe you can look at the PDF as you fill out this. So the next thing we'll do is like we'll fill out the problem worksheet. Okay. So if you go to the next section, so there's a problem worksheet, and what you need to do is like you need to come up with at least 2 or 3 problems for the character. Okay. So in the first column, you need to write the problem and then like who the problem is for and how does it affect that character. Okay. So let's go back to the breakout rooms and then like fill this again. Right.
Rồi thì các bạn có thể quay trở lại breakout room để mình tiếp tục thảo luận phần kế tiếp ha. là section 3, thảo luận phần section 3 problem worksheet. Rồi Nhung em có thể vào trong phòng mấy ta? Hoàng Phương Thảo là phòng 1 nè.
Dạ chị ơi, em ở trong phòng 1 ấy ạ. Em dùng 2 thiết bị nhưng mà cái lab của em tự nhiên nó bị lag ấy, nên là bây giờ em phải dùng bằng điện thoại thêm một cái nữa. Mình có thể thêm lại em vào phòng 1 được không ạ?
Ok. Để chuyển em vào phòng 1.
Dạ em là ở phòng 1 ạ. Em lab của em đang trong phòng 1 rồi ạ.
Ok, nhóm 2 Đặng Nhung là chị chuyển em vô phòng 1 nha. Là chị chuyển
Dạ
ra đó,
vâng,
em có nhận được không? Ok.
Dạ em nhận rồi, em cảm ơn chị ạ.
Ok, see you there, bye bye.
Rồi mọi người ơi, em cũng muốn vô coi coi mọi người trong nhóm bạn sao mà em sợ mọi người bị ngại. Tại kiểu có mấy bạn thấy có em vô cái mấy bạn đang nói mấy bạn ngưng lại tí xíu.
Hồi nãy chị không có nhào vô nữa, nhưng mà lúc đó thì mình nhảy qua phòng khác. Ôi, sorry. Bạn nãy giờ chị đang ở bên phòng bên kia. Em có muốn vô lại không?
Dạ không sao, em tự vô được mà, tại vì em để thấy mọi người đang bàn hơi hăng á chị. Em để mọi người bàn chắc cỡ em canh 2-3 phút nên mới vô.
Ok. Dạ. Rồi em chủ động nha.
Dạ.
Any updates, Saul? Yeah. So how's everyone doing so far?
Still so far so good. I was actually not joining any room right now because I think they got a bit shy when
Oh.
co-host got in. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Although, yeah, there's actually one group whose discussion style is very intriguing. They kind of like, yeah, the same one like the one before. They divided the work, and each member was in charge of one, so they don't talk much. I don't know what to do. Yeah,
Which
but
group
that's
is it?
whether. Could I say that out loud? It's
Or you
6.
can just like send me a okay.
Yeah.
that's- Yeah. Okay. Or maybe I can join them and then like
I'm gonna give it 2 minutes before I rejoin another room.
yeah, I think that's a good strategy as well. I mean, I can wait it out as well. But so far, I think like compared to the first time they were in the room, I think like they're more like comfortable talking with each other. So that's good.
Yeah.
6. Mm.
I wanted to join as well, but like when I join the breakout rooms, I'm afraid that when I accidentally click end the meeting, so the meeting will be adjourned. So better if I stay here. And so far they're having a very vigorous debate. So like initially I thought they were a little bit like awkward, like especially in the beginning, but yeah, everything is so good now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see the slide. So many people is putting their remarks on the slide right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going well. Maybe.
Okay, so I will be closing the room in 2 minutes.
Yes. So I'll quickly join group 6. And then maybe after a minute or two, we can close it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So closing the rooms.
Okay, sure.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Let's take like a minute or two to look at what other teams have done. Okay, so let's quickly go through some of the ideas teams have put, maybe in a minute. So some groups are still adding ideas. They're taking different perspectives. That's really good. Well, this is a bunch of different ideas. That's really good. 5 is also adding some ideas. Group 6 also has multiple ideas. Okay. So one thing I noticed right away is like the different problems. Like, so for example, like group 1 has like 6 problems that they've identified and how it sort of like affects the problems. So maybe like as engineers as well, like we sort of like try to design solutions for what the clients might be facing. So that's a really good thing. And the next thing when I was like hopping between the breakout rooms was that like, as compared to the first time we went to the breakout rooms, the participants like were more interactive. Like most of them had their camera on and they were talking with each other. They're working as a team. So that's also working well. Okay. And as before, like with like Richard and Zhao, like I think they have also been encouraging the participants. So that's really good. So thank you for that. So since we've identified all these many problems, the next step is sort of like to now narrow it down. So I'll talk about the problem funnel. So there are a lot of problems in the world, but like, and then like there are certain problems that you identified by book. And the next thing that will help us narrow down the problems is to think about like how the problems can be solved by using engineering. Okay, so if you have 7 problems that you've identified, then maybe try to narrow it down to like how we can come up with a solution using engineering. And then the next step is to sort of like again narrow it down to sort of like try to solve the problems with things that are available with us. So in the meeting, I think like in the email, like we had asked you to collect some of these materials. So basically like these are like materials that you can find lying around your house, maybe like everyday use objects, like maybe a toothbrush or like a hair clip. So hopefully like you can collect some of these materials. And I know that like it's been a really long day for all the participants. So what we'll do next is we'll take like a 5-minute short break, really short break. And then if you can like try to collect some of the materials from around your house. Okay, right, sounds good.
Ok, bây giờ chúng ta sẽ có 5 phút để chúng ta giải lao, cũng như là chúng ta sẽ tìm những cái vật dụng mà chúng ta dùng để cho em xin là cái màn hình nãy để chị Hạnh. Chúng ta tìm những cái vật dụng mà chúng ta cùng thực hành, tạo những cái solution, giải pháp. Thì Tipesh, can you share the screen, the material tools? Yep. So thì các anh chị chúng ta có thể ưu tiên tìm kéo, giấy và băng keo dán. Để tí hồi chúng ta sẽ tiếp tục thực hành tạo ra những cái giải pháp cho những vấn đề mà chúng ta vừa tìm ra. Thì chúng ta sẽ nghỉ giải lao 5 phút, tới 1:05 chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu lại ha.
Rồi 5 phút. Sao cái này lâu quá.
Okay. Hopefully everyone's back. So if you're back, maybe like turn on your cameras or like give me a thumbs up just to get a sense of like people are back. Okay, thanks. Okay, so I think most of us are back. Okay, right. So now let's move on to the next section, and hopefully like we were able to collect some of the found materials. Okay, right. So now what we'll do next is we'll design solutions for like the problems we identified. So maybe as scientists or engineers, we'll think of solutions to help either Mr. McGreely or the bunnies. Okay, and what you need to do is like if you go to the next section, so it shows you an example of how it works diagram. So basically how it works diagram gives someone else a sense of what your idea is. So for example, like in this, like it says like how a balloon rocket works. So basically like you fill the air and then like you pinch it, and then once you leave it, like it's sort of like air comes out of one end and then it flows to the other. So it usually, like as engineers, like it's usually helpful if you sketch your idea before you make it. So as groups, like you can first select one problem that you want to design a solution for, and then make a list of materials you might need, and then do a how it works diagram. So you can do it as a team, and then after that we'll actually start building. Okay, so first spend some time on identifying the problem, or like selecting the problem, coming up with a material list, and then making the diagram. And once you're done with the diagram, then you can start actually making the prototype. Okay, right, makes sense? Okay, so now let's go back to our breakout rooms and start working.
Rồi thì thí dụ như mà các bạn chưa có nắm được cái phần instructions đó, thì các bạn có thể là tìm những cái vật liệu xung quanh nhà của chúng ta. Rồi sau đó thì là các bạn đầu tiên là các bạn phải create một cái diagram trước. Rồi khi mà các bạn tìm các vật liệu đó, các bạn phải identify, tìm ra một vấn đề. Rồi sau đó là mình sẽ sử dụng những cái vật liệu mà các bạn tìm thấy đó, mình tạo ra một cái sản phẩm, thành phẩm cố định để mà mình giải quyết cái vấn đề đó. Rồi vậy ha. Thì trong từng nhóm á, thì là Châu và Richard sẽ vào từng group để mà giới thiệu cặn kẽ hơn cho các bạn. Ok, rồi cảm ơn các bạn rất nhiều. Rồi chị có mở trong cái đường link trong cái breakout room á, thì mọi người có thể tham gia vào trong các nhóm. Có chị Hà thì chưa có vô nhóm, là chị Hà hồi nãy là chưa có breakout room phải không chị? Tại vì em chưa có chia nhóm cho chị, thì em sẽ chia cho chị vào nhóm 4.
Chị ở nhóm
nào?
Nhóm 3.
Chị nhóm 3 ha. Dạ ok, vậy em sẽ assign chị vô nhóm 3.
Chị Hạnh ơi, lúc nãy em bị out Zoom cho nên là bây giờ em cũng không được.
Em có nhớ em nhóm mấy không?
Dạ em nhóm 5 ạ.
Ok. Nhóm 5 có 2 người hả? Chắc là tại nãy em bị out Zoom á. Rồi ok, em vô nha Nhi. Ok, see you then. Bye bye. Chờ bây giờ có group của mình không? Hồi nãy thí dụ mà bạn nào làm cô host, chị không có biết bấm unmute làm sao hết tất cả mọi người luôn á, nghĩa nãy trở tay không kịp.
Chị biết bấm mute đúng không chị?
Chị biết bấm như từng người thôi, nhưng mà chị không biết bấm là mute all.
Chị bấm vô cái phần thành viên á, thì phía dưới cái danh sách nó có cái chữ mute all. Chị thấy
rồi thấy rồi, chị thấy rồi. Oh God, làm ảnh hưởng tới tinh thần mấy bạn khác mà. Rồi vậy chút xíu nữa hay là có gì anh Phú hình như là log out rồi. Vậy có gì nhờ em chụp hình nha Phụng, tại vì cái máy của chị hồi nãy chị chụp hình á, cái nó chụp bên màn hình bên kia, còn máy của cái chồng chị á, máy của Ash á thì không có chụp hình được, tại vì đang share screen á. Rồi, thí dụ như mà kho có kêu các bạn chụp hình á thì chắc nhờ em hết, thank you so much.
Dạ để em
Rồi,
chụp cho.
rồi thí dụ như mà em muốn vô join mấy bạn điểm danh hay là vô trong từng breakout room thì em vô, còn không thì bây giờ mình cứ relax đi để tìm fast hot. Rồi cứ relax xem em muốn làm cái gì làm. Ok.
Dạ.
Chị ơi, chị có thể add em lại vào nhóm 1 được không ạ? Để vừa em bị out ra ngoài ạ.
Alo, dạ.
Chị có thể add em vào nhóm 1 lại được không ạ? Tại vì vừa em bị out ra ngoài ạ.
Ok, để chị add em vô nhóm 1. Rồi nha Phương Thảo. Rồi ok, see you.
Chị Châu ơi, hồi nãy bạn Xuân An Đinh em thấy có Châu nhưng mà ý là tụi em có kêu mà bạn không trả lời á, không biết nãy giờ bạn có nghe tụi mình nói không chị?
Có, mà tại lúc đó bạn đang bận cái gì nên bạn không có trả lời được á. Bạn có nói với chị.
Dạ.
How's everyone doing so far?
Everybody seems to understand what they need to do. So yeah, I'll give them around 2 minutes to rejoin the room and give them instruction if needed.
Yes. Do you think we should like share some examples of like maybe what the kids have made in the past, or do you think like they'll make something?
I actually gave them examples already, so
Okay,
group
that's
4
good.
to 6, yeah, they're fine. They're fine.
Nice. Thanks.
Deepesh, I'd like to ask about the diagram. So what the groups are going to do that they're going to draw how their prototype works? Okay.
Yeah, how it works. So for example, if someone is making a trap, then maybe they can make like how the trap works.
All right, I see.
I saw some people making rabbit trap.
Nice, yeah.
It's so interesting. And then they even draw like an arrow, but I don't know how it works, but it was very interesting.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey Dipesh, Group 5 asked that they don't have enough material, so can they just illustrate their solution and not make them right now?
So ask them to like make something at least like, for example, like what materials would they need?
Yeah. So just the point of this activity is for them to try to make, right? So yeah, I'll tell them.
Yeah. So maybe just like ask them to modify their idea a bit, or to make something like maybe smaller, or like maybe just a prototype of something they'd make.
Oh. What a skyrocket. This is too advanced for me. It's going beyond my understanding.
I think like one of the groups is trying to make help the bunnies like fly a rocket into the garden.
Oh. Plastic bottle, duct tape, hard paper, air pump, water pipe, and glue. That's very interesting. Is this is it related to one of your projects? Like you used to teach the kids how to make the rocket, right? Yeah. Is it similar or the same concept or different?
Like it's different, but like yeah,
Okay.
with really interesting ideas. So that's good. So do you think we should like maybe bring everyone
Yeah, okay.
to like share the progress and then like go back and work?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me go close the rooms. Maybe first.
Oh wait. I got a question. Do they have to draw a diagram below to to illustrate how it works too, or they should just make the product and describe them to us?
Right now, like they can just like use a picture like some other groups have done.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Maybe I can explain it as well. Let's meet.
You want to close the room? I can close the room right now.
After I send the message.
Okay.
I'll close the room now. Like after sharing, we can work on it.
I see so many people are using the examples of like a doll on the field. It's very interesting. Streko? Okay, Streko. We normally don't have it in Vietnam though, even though we have seen it somewhere, but it's not. Maybe it's popular in the past, but yeah. But I like the funding. Oh my god, so adorable. Now they changed it to a different picture. Look at that. So the other picture look a bit different group, but same concept. Same concept, different picture. Oh god, so interesting. Oh my god.
So we just like wanted everyone to come together once to share progress, and then like we can go and work on our solutions again. So let's quickly look at some of the ideas. So group 1 has a list of materials. They are planning to draw a straw man. So some of the groups had questions about like what their how it works diagram might look. So this group, like you can also like just like put in some picture. It doesn't have to be like a drawn illustration. Okay. And then group 2 is trying to make a house for the bunnies. Okay. I think they were adding some ideas. And then group 3, maybe I think group 3 had idea, maybe you change the idea, but that there's still time to. So group 2 is like thinking of idea. Group 3, like if you have any questions about like if you're struggling, then like just feel free to ask us and we can try to help you. And group 4 is trying to make a bunny, a trap. So like so this is a really good like how it works diagram. So when like you put something heavy, then that door traps. Okay, that's a really good idea. And this group is trying to make a water rocket. Okay, so maybe for group 5, if like I really like the idea, but like I talked about like the problem funnels, right? So there are problems that you can solve using engineering, but like so if you don't have the materials right now, so what problems can be solved in this session? Okay, so think about that. So maybe instead of like water rocket, you could make like a air powered rocket, for example. Okay, so you can always do that. In group 6, I think they are also making something similar to pen. Okay, yeah. So I think everyone is doing really well. They're making progress. You can add in your ideas here. And so this is sort of like a planning phase. Now the next phase is to actually like make something using the materials that you have listed. Okay, so maybe let's take like maybe 20 more minutes to actually build our prototypes, right? Right, let's go back to our breakout rooms and then like make something.
Rồi thì nãy thì Best là cũng có thông qua với các bạn về những cái ý tưởng mà các bạn đã trình bày á, thì cái water rockets rất là hay. Như vậy là mình có cái bunny trap á, thì bây giờ đó thì các bạn có thể là vào trong cái breakout rooms rồi mình sẽ cố gắng là mình sẽ tạo những cái mô hình từ những cái vật dụng xung quanh. Thì cái hoạt động này sẽ chiếm khoảng 20 phút. Thì bây giờ thì mời các bạn vào breakout rooms, thì các bạn TA sẽ hướng dẫn cùng với Deepesh ha.
So I guess everyone has a diagram except group 6. But like, have they already decided on the idea? Group 6.
Yeah, they actually said they had an idea, and they're making the prototype.
Okay, that's good. So Han, like when we ask the participants to share what they made, maybe it might make sense to get rid of the backdrop which like when they show their like products, like it's
Okay. Okay. So you want us to advise them to remove the backdrop for the time being when they show? Okay.
yeah.
Because I can only announce to the applicant once they are in the main section. So
Okay. No, I just like was reminding you.
okay. So when you so when we reconvene to the main sessions, then I can advise the applicant to remove the backdrop. Okay, to showcase the product. So
Yes. Yeah.
sounds good. So how is the progress? Are they making something? Are they creating something?
Yeah, two groups. I think like the water rocket group and the
Ooh,
trap. I think they are like they're starting to make something, so that's good.
ooh, that's cool. Should I make something? I'll
Yeah,
ask this guy to make something.
Yeah, you can make something.
Okay, I'll make something. No, I'll ask. Okay.
How many times do the participants have left?
So I think our sessions ends at 2:30. So Deepesh is doing the timing for the 20 minutes activity, so I'm not really sure. Đi rồi. Deepesh đi rồi. Em hỏi là còn bao nhiêu phút trong cái
Dạ.
activity này hả? Chị không biết.
Dạ, đúng rồi
Deepesh
chị.
làm cái timing. Deepesh làm cái timing. Thì giống như chắc là để vô coi trong từng group, ví dụ như mà group nào xong rồi, ví dụ mà là xong sớm thì mình có thể end sớm. Như là chị cũng có nói với Deepesh là ví dụ như mà mình rút ngắn được cái thời gian khoảng từ xuống còn 2 tiếng 2 tiếng rưỡi thì Deepesh ok, tại bữa nay mình cũng nhiều chương trình đó. Nói chút.
So let's give everyone like maybe 10 more minutes to work, and then like we can come back, and then after some instructions they'll get like extra 5 more minutes to work on it.
All right.
Do you think any of the groups like need any support?
How many more breaks do we have, Dipesh? Is there any other in between breaks?
So we're thinking like Chao and I had a conversation, and we figured that like since
if you want, then we can remove the break. Yeah.
I think like since like everyone is working, will be fine.
Yeah, I think that's better because they can just finish up early.
Yeah. So maybe we can bring them back after 8 minutes, and then like share some progress again, and then go back and then complete work, add the photos. Okay.
I think this is very interesting in the sense that it doesn't cause a lot of headache. It's fun. It's very playful and very interactive. I think the applicant I really enjoy it. Seeing so many, they seem like they are highly engaged.
Richard, do you think any of the groups need any like help?
They're all fine. They're all, yeah. One of my favorite solution is group 2. Ironically, I'll say that they want to build a house for the rabbits. So not a trap, but a house. The logic is when you build a house, the rabbits will perceive as a home, a place they can reside. And once they move to the house, you can just basically fence off the area and then catch all the rabbit. So in a sense, it's very humanitarian. So you're not harming them, but very effective in the way that you can catch all of rabbits at once. You're not baiting for each time, but yeah, you can catch all of them at once. And it sounds very humanitarian. I like that solution very much. Yeah.
And what do you think is the best way to share the group's ideas? Once they come back to the main room, like do we give space for each groups to maybe like a minute or two to talk about their idea?
So you want them to do like a presentation, like a mini presentation once they return to the main session, or do you want to do a group per group presentation?
I think like they can like select one of them to just like share everyone's idea.
Okay. So
yeah,
basically
and
we'll
then,
return to the main session, and then each group will take turn to present their solution.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then maybe when they share, like we can ask them to get rid of the backdrop, because like if they are sharing something, then like it gets lost. So like we need to remind them that as well.
Cool. Good. So we're on track. Are we good in terms of time?
It's manageable. It's manageable. Just go with the flow. I have asked DPS to condense the sessions into only 2 hours or 2 and 30 minutes. So let's see how it goes. So if everything goes smoothly, then we can potentially expedite the process. And yeah, but I already told DPS and he's aware of that. Yeah.
So I've been skipping like some sections as well.
Yeah, but this is not boring at all. I mean, it's very highly engaging. It's very entertaining. Very entertaining, to be honest with you. I enjoy watching how this group is making progress. I like the water rocket group. Oh my god, they are brilliant. Go beyond my imaginations. They're so advanced. In terms of this understanding. I think because when we selected the participants, some of them are like well versed in the field. They have some experimental research, and they've been conducting a lot of research. So, and if they come from like STEM background, so I think this task will be very easy, like a giant plate to them, not for people with who's in social science background like me though. Yeah, but it's very entertaining and I enjoy it so far.
Yeah, and maybe one thing that Chao and Richard can do as the participants share, the idea is also to maybe appreciate. For example, like Richard shared that the second group, that idea was like more humanitarian. So maybe like you can add it some like positive things about their ideas as well.
So cute.
I'm still wondering why they tried to build a water rocket. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
But let's say, yeah, they might have some brilliant mastermind in there. So
yeah,
let's see.
The rabbits look adorable.
Which one?
Group 6, they have a box. They put up a box, and there were so many carrots popping up in front of the rabbit's house. Like they didn't actually do it, or did someone else do it? Oh, amazing!
Nice. They already have the pictures. So maybe we can. Yeah, I think.
Very cute.
Yeah, that's nice.
Nice. Interesting.
Delete
solution.
Some of the slides are missing. I don't know if someone deleted them.
I think they're supposed to post the solution in session 5.
Yeah.
I'll remind them of that.
Yeah, it's fine. But I think like someone's deleting the slides, because like there were supposed to be like 8 slides, but now there's like only. It's fine. I think I can manage it.
This group, the group 6 has Duke. He's really good, and because I went through all the application forms, so this is one of the understanding one.
Nice. Okay, maybe let's bring everyone back. So let's bring everyone back once and then like we can go back.
Is it just me or group 2 and 6 ideas are there's a lot of similarities, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Similar ideas. Okay, so everyone's back. So actually the next section was the fifth section, and then we would want everyone to like post their pictures on like one of the sites, and some of you have already done it. So let's take like maybe 5 more minutes to maybe take pictures or add in some details and put it there. And after you've done adding your names and the pictures, what we'll do next is like we'll do a quick presentation of our ideas. So we'll share with the whole group what we made. So for that, like you can, so instead of like everyone talking at once, what we'll do is like we'll select someone from the group to share your ideas and then maybe show it to the whole team. Okay, right? So 5 more minutes, we can work on the ideas and like to refine the ideas and maybe like talk about like what you'll be going to present. And after that, we'll come back and share our ideas. So now we'll go back to the breakout groups.
Các bạn sẽ làm chụp hình thêm cái mô hình thêm khoảng 5 phút nữa ha, thì sau đó thì các bạn sẽ quay trở lại phòng chính để mà các bạn present cái ý tưởng của mình. Rồi sau khi mà các bạn present cái ý tưởng xong rồi á, thì các bạn có trong đó thì các bạn có thể là bỏ cái backdrop của mình ra để cho nó thuận tiện hơn lúc mà mình show cái thành phẩm.
So can you once go to group 3 and make sure like they have a picture? I think that's the only group that doesn't have a picture.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Thanks.
Yep, group 3 got the photos.
Nice. That's good. Yeah, everyone has really great ideas. Oh, that's good. Nice.
Hey, I think you should go to group 3 and check it out because their prototypes look really cool.
Nice.
Dạ, cho em xin lỗi ạ. Lúc nãy kết nối của em nó bị nó không có ổn định á, cho nên là khi mà breakout room thì em bị văng ra ngoài á. Cho nên em có thể xin trở lại vào group 6 được không ạ?
Dạ, được em. Sorry em, tại cái để chị sai em vô group 6 ha. Thì các bạn đang thảo luận á, thì chút xíu nữa thì mình sẽ quay lại mình trình bày ở cái ý tưởng của mình. Rồi, ok.
Dạ.
Chị sẽ vô assign em vô group 6 rồi ha. Ok, see you.
Do you think like I should ask the participants to share their ideas like using Vietnamese, or like will they be comfortable just like speaking English?
I think some group may be comfortable speaking in Vietnamese and some, so it's entirely at their discretion. So like if they speak in Vietnamese, so maybe Joe or Richard can help translate into English for you. Yeah, I think it's easier because I saw when they talk to each other, it's also they're more comfortable sharing the idea in Vietnamese.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, okay. So I think like everyone's doing well, so we can close the breakout rooms and we can do the sharing.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone. So what we'll do next is we'll each group will take turns and share their ideas. So like I mentioned earlier, so if you're sharing something that you made, then maybe it's a good idea to get rid of the backdrop. So because things might get lost if you like move your hands a bit. So if you're saying something, just like you can get rid of the backdrop for the time being. Okay. So before doing that, let's quickly look at some of the pictures that others have posted. So this is group 1. That's a really amazing scarecrow looking thing. And group 2 actually made an illustration of their idea. That's really good. And this is also like I think it looks like a trap. Okay, that's a really good idea as well. And then group 4 actually like represented their idea using like different pictures. That's amazing. And group 5 like they're using like found materials that was lying around. So that's really good. And I think like group 6 was the first one to put a picture there, and then like the carrots are the pictures of the carrots look really good. Okay, so yeah, so that's really great. So what we'll do next is we will take turns to share our ideas. And one thing we talked about right now was like whatever you are comfortable, whatever language you're comfortable using. So if you prefer Vietnamese, then like feel free to share your ideas using Vietnamese. Okay, yeah. So let's get started. Yeah. So maybe someone from group 1 can share the idea, and we can spotlight that person.
Okay, xin được mời group 1 nhé. Mình nhớ tắt background nha để show cái con nó lên nha.
Dạ vâng. Linh ơi. Duy Linh. Mọi người. Bạn Duy Linh là cái bạn sẽ ấy cái con bù nhìn ấy, bởi vì đấy là người làm, em chỉ cần thuyết trình.
Từ là sao á?
Thì em cậu tắt background đi để đưa cái bù nhìn lên cho mọi người cùng nhìn thì thuyết trình sẽ dễ.
Ok. Mọi người chờ mình xíu.
Trong thời gian này thì em cứ giới thiệu đi. Rồi xong mà khi nào bạn lên thì anh sẽ phiên vào đó nha.
Yeah, so hi everyone, and our group is group 1, and first of all, we're so glad today to see our guy in this afternoon. And yes, you can see that our group create a straw man, and you can see this screen on you can see this scarecrow on the link screen here up the puppet model of my group. And the reason why our team create the scarecrow is because we think that like a bird, rabbit will also be afraid of this straw man, because when they look at it from a distance, they will think it is a real human. Yeah, and you can see that we will have this claw on straw man, and we have the good stick to hold the scarecrow upright, so the rabbit will be fall into thinking it's a real human. Yeah, you can see the scary face of the straw man. It's drawn by drilling. Yeah, so that you can see that if you see this scare face, the rabbits will afraid and do not dare the approach to the garden. Yeah, so that is the our product as well, the idea of our team. Yeah.
Thanks. So like I really like how this team has used like different materials that you found. Like there's like a sock, there's a toothbrush, there's a pencil. So that was really amazing. Thank you for sharing. Okay.
Thank you so much.
And it's scary. Yeah, of course it's scary. Okay. So maybe group 2 can share the idea.
Mời nhóm 2 nha. Mình được cho nhóm 2 rồi bạn ơi. Âm thanh được tú nhóm 2 rồi. Đây.
Anh chờ cho bên một bạn nữa, một anh nữa để share cái bức tranh.
Ok. Bạn đó tên gì nhỉ? Bạn lên tiếng cho mình biết với nha.
Hi everyone. I'm Khai from group 2.
Được, ok. Phải đi phải rồi.
Yes, first I will mute my audio.
Okay. Nên về load nó hơi lâu. Ok, thấy rồi đó.
Yeah. My team's idea for the farmer to get along with the rabbits was the farmer will build the rabbit house with food like carrot, lettuce, and tomatoes. When they harvest, the farmer will divide half of the vegetable for the rabbit, and when they grow, they get fat, give birth to more rabbit. The farmer can sell some of them for money to buy more variety, other planting.
Oh no, anything else?
Cool. Thanks. Thanks for sharing. So maybe Richard, do you want to say something about the project?
Yes, I was just mentioning to Dipesh about the project. I like the project because on one hand it's very humanitarian, so you can see that we're not trying to capture and kill those rabbits. It appears that we try to live in a peaceful, loving world where it's a compromise between the farmer and the rabbits. So the rabbits gets what they need to live, and the farmer gets some of the harvest too. But then, in a sense, if you look from the farmer perspective, he can still benefit from the rabbits by getting maybe rabbits meat, other products. So it's still in a way that benefit both parties. It's a very creative solution that not many people come up with. So I really like the solution that they come up with. Yeah.
Thanks for saying that. So maybe now Nick, group 3 can present.
So okay, group 3 we okay, maybe em không phải là người làm cái này ạ. Chị
Ok, bạn nào? Thu Hà.
Nên là chị có thể show cho
Ok, để em pin chị lên luôn nhé. Ok. Ok. Rồi, mình bắt đầu được rồi đó.
Yes. Hi everyone. We want to make a check. It's a friendly check to Rabbit. It's it gets a gate, one-way gate. Yeah.
So it's a one-way door. That means when the rabbit go in, it cannot go out. So that's our solution.
Maybe we can make a maze to the rabbit can lose in maze. We very happy when see them. Yes.
Thank you for sharing. Chao, do you want to say something about this team's work?
I just want to say that if the rabbits are claustrophobic, they're going to have a very terrifying time in there. But overall, it is actually a very good way to capture the so-called thieves and release them outside where the vegetables will be safe. Good, very good.
Yeah, Cool. That's really, really good prototype as well. Thanks for sharing. Now, group 4.
Hello everyone. I'm from group 4, group 6. So I will introduce my the thing of my group is a bunny trap in the sea. It's made by straw, straw and the paper cups and some paper and the magnet right here. So the idea of my group is when the bunny go to the garden, so if you see the trap, and we will put a little carrot in here, inside here, carrot in here. So and the bunny touch with the straw. In reality, straw is mean you can take a wooden stick, yeah, and touch this, and it's the bunny. And when the bunny touch the wooden stick, it will stuck in the trap, and the trap door will close, and the bunny can get out. So it's my idea. So it's my idea of my team.
Thank you for sharing. And what I also really like about this group was like when they posted the pictures, like they added text to explain their idea. So that was really nice of them. Like they just like made the idea clear. Okay.
Yeah,
so
everyone can see more detail in the PowerPoint.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Thank you. So 2 more groups. So group 5 now.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm going to be on behalf of my team to present the idea, and that will show you the product. So this is our invention, a water rocket, and we made it for the sake of the rabbit, so that they can easily get into the garden and have a delicious meal. And actually, we has not finished it yet because we do not have enough materials like a bun, but hope you guys will still enjoy our sample. So in view of materials, we do use a bottle of water, some pieces of paper to do the wings, tape to stick the wings into the bottle, and another half of another bottle on the top of the rocket. And in view of operation, just it's quite easy to use, like just use a pump to compress the air into the bottle, and it will soar into the sky. No, actually soar into the garden. And yes, so I hope the bunny will find our invention helpful. Thank you.
Nice. That's amazing. Awesome. Okay. Right. So now let's move on to the last group. Okay, group 6. Maybe someone wants to share.
This is our solution for this problem, and will be presented by a member of our group. Can you see her present the here? The solution for the problem that our group came into is the rabbit hutch. We use the cotton box and some papers and a wooden stick to create the fan, and then the fan is used to spread the scent, spread the aroma of the ripe fruit, such as carrots or something like that, to attract the white rabbits to come here and to feed them. When the rabbits have enough food, they won't have to sneak into the garden and to eat our sprouts. And we can if the rabbits are getting to the hutch long enough, they might have the habit to stay there, and then we can make use of them, like we can make a sightseeing spot of the white rabbits here, and to get money for more sprouts in the future. And that is our idea for this problem.
Nice, amazing. So, do you want to say something about this project?
Excuse me?
Well, the decoration is pretty. Well, actually, as far as I can see, amongst all the groups, they would usually try the most comforting way in order to for the bunnies, in order for them to not suffer from being caught or being tortured. They just capture them. So overall,
yeah. So their solution sort of like doesn't treat the bunnies as like
that cruel.
Like
no animal cruelty.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's like 2 quick things that are left, and we'll be done with it. So the first thing I'll do is like I'll briefly talk about like novel engineering and like why we're actually doing it. So basically, the idea for novel engineering to use classroom literature, sort of like a starting point for engineering design challenges. Okay. And the advantages of using a novel engineering is that like it promotes solution diversity. So basically, like instead of asking everyone to make the same thing, when the participants like they read the story, they come up with different problems. So inherently, there's like different solutions. So it promotes solution diversity, and it's also like useful in the sense that like as engineers like make designs for clients, the like mostly young learners, they also like relate to the characters as clients and design solutions for the clients. Okay, so that's why I wanted like everyone to experience this sort of like an integrated way of combining like literature and engineering. Okay, yeah. Now we're at the end of the session. So before we leave, I'll ask you to respond to any of these 3 questions that are like, if you go to section 6, you can select one of the slides, add a name there, and like answer any of the questions like there. Okay. So before leaving, just like make sure that you answer the questions in any of the questions in the slide. Okay. So that's all that I planned for. And if you have any questions, I can stay here for like 10-15 minutes and answer those. So maybe let's take like 5 minutes to fill the questions before we leave.
Ok, bây giờ các group mình sẽ vào slide và mình trả lời một trong 3 cái câu hỏi của Andy Page đưa ra nha. Và nếu như mọi người còn bất kỳ câu hỏi nào về buổi học ngày hôm nay thì mình có thể tranh thủ hỏi anh ấy luôn.
Rồi các bạn còn câu hỏi nào mà muốn hỏi anh Page không? Ví dụ như là ở đây thì có một số các bạn là thuộc cái lĩnh vực mà khoa học xã hội thì các bạn có gặp khó khăn hay trở ngại nào ví dụ như mà tiếp cận với cái nhập môn mà Novel Engineering không?
And like your responses will help us like refine the session. So like please be honest with your responses, and like it will also be helpful for us.
Bạn Nguyễn Thị Hoàng Nhi, bạn có muốn hỏi anh Page câu hỏi nào trước khi mà vì tuần sau là mình sẽ học quantitative thì mình cũng sẽ gặp anh Page. Bạn có muốn hỏi có câu hỏi nào về Novel Engineering ngày hôm nay không?
Yeah, actually my major is economics, some kind of social field. So the approach to this like the noble engineer or the approach to solve a solution? Does it have any difference or any method? Yes.
So can you repeat what you said? I missed the last part.
Yes, I just want to know that if there is a difference in the approach to the noble engineer or to solve a solution in terms of social field compared to to science. Yes. Thank you.
So I think like usually instead of like thinking of different subjects, like maybe engineering as a separate thing, maybe finance or economics as a separate thing, like everything is integrated. So I think thinking about like a social approach makes sense, because like as communities, like we do need to work towards solutions for communities, right? So that's definitely I think a common thing. But like for this approach in particular, like is useful for young learners to get started into the idea of making a prototype, making something that with their own hands, instead of just like maybe writing about it or maybe talking about it.
All right, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. And if you want to like, if you're interested and if you want to read a bit about like how the kids actually do the activity, so here's a blog post. Maybe in your free time you can just like look at some of the ideas. So we read the same story as a group, and then like the kids also came up with like really amazing ideas, so that's really good.
I'll also have a quick survey. If you enjoyed the session today, please comment 1 in the chat so that Deepesh know that you enjoyed the activity today. Nếu các anh chị chúng ta thích cái hoạt động ngày hôm nay thì các anh chị bấm số 1 trong phần chat để anh Deepesh biết là các anh chị thích cái hoạt động này để phát huy trong những cái buổi workshop lần sau. Nếu các anh chị chúng ta có góp ý cho Deepesh, các anh chị có thể góp ý ở phần chat hoặc là trong group Zalo để Deepesh biết để thay đổi. Biết là các anh chị đã mệt rồi cho nên là nói thì không nói đâu, nhưng mà comment số 1 để ủng hộ tinh thần cho Deepesh ha. They seem to enjoy it. People commenting 1, so it's working. Thank Deepesh.
So if you have responded to the question, feel free to leave. We are at the end of the session. And thanks everyone for engaging. Thanks everyone for participating. The ideas that you came up with were like really amazing. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Deepesh. Yeah, I'll see you next. Will you be in next week or week after? Next week?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So see you next week then. Okay, mình kết thúc chương trình rồi phải không chị? Ok, xin được cảm ơn tất cả các anh chị và hẹn gặp các anh chị tuần sau. Chúc mọi người nghỉ ngơi và học được những kiến thức rất là thú vị ngày hôm nay.
Rồi, cảm ơn các bạn nhiều lắm. Dạ, rồi các bạn tất cả những cái hoạt động của bài giảng ngày hôm nay sẽ được up lên Thinkific. Thì phần của thầy Sơn sẽ không được up lên vì lý do bảo mật, cho nên là còn những cái phần khác thì cái recording sẽ được up lên hết rồi, thì các bạn có thể là theo dõi nếu như mà mình chưa có nắm kịp phần nào trong ngày hôm nay. Rồi cảm ơn các bạn rất nhiều đã tham dự hôm nay. Bữa nay là cũng là 6-7 tiếng rồi đó, thì các bạn chắc cũng mệt rồi. Rồi bây giờ là mình sẽ hẹn gặp lại các bạn vào tuần kế tiếp nha. Rồi bye bye.
Thank you.
Chào mọi người, cảm ơn mọi người nhiều.
Chào mọi người, bye bye. Rồi.
See you.
See you later.